there. Taxi.
Yeah.
That's me.
But when you call up, and you call up at the last minute and you cancel a show, ladies and gentlemen, that's starting to smell. I mean, this is not the John McCain I know, by God.
It's not the same guy who said, does everybody get to go home?
It makes me believe something is going haywire with the campaign.
What do you think it could be?
I don't know. Something's gotten to him, and somebody said, you know what, blow Letterman off. He's a lightweight.
Blow him off.
Yeah. But here's what you do. Sure, there's an economic crisis, and here's what you do if you're running for campaign in the middle of an economic crisis and it's about to crater. That's a quote from him. I love that expression. The economy is about to crater. Well, I'd like to see that. Here's what you do.
Crater? I barely know her.
You see? He's at home watching. McCain's at home watching this now thinking, boy, I'd like to be there for the fun they're having. So here's what happens. The economy is about to crater. You're a senator, a fourth-term senator from Arizona. You go back to Washington. You handle what you need to handle. Don't suspend your campaign. You let your campaign go on, shouldered by your vice presidential nominee. That's what you do. You don't quit. What? Or is that really a good thing to do?
Is that? Oh, well. Well,
see what I'm saying?
We don't know.
That's what, this guy doesn't have an ounce of quit in him. So all of a sudden we're suspending the campaign? Look, if I drop dead right now, my hand to God, Paul's taking over the show.
I'm there.
Paul is taking over the show.
In all seriousness, thank you, and I would be there.
You say, I got to get back to Washington to save this country. Good for you. And while I'm gone, campaigning in my stead will be my great running mate from the state of Alaska, Sarah Palin. And she comes out and campaigns.
Yeah.
What happened there? What's the problem? Where is she? Why isn't she doing that?
She is a good-looking babe. You got to admit that.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. So I don't know, but you heard it here first. This doesn't smell right. You know, this just doesn't smell right because this is not the way a tested hero behaves. So somebody's putting something in his Metamucil. And let's say there's a time of crisis, and the poor guy, because he's a little older, I mean, he's about my age, and then Sarah Palin takes over as president, well, she ought to be ready, because she's handled crises like this in the past. Oh, wait a minute, she really hasn't handled a crisis like this in the past. You don't suspend... Let me just go through this one more time to make my point absolutely clear.
Okay. Yeah.
He can't run the campaign because the economy is about to crater. Fine, you put in your second-string quarterback. Well, where is our second-string quarterback? Yeah, thank you. Hey, don't get me started. So now I wonder if he'll ever come back. Do you think he'll come back?
Not after the drubbing that you have just delivered. That guy has never come back.
A hero, an honest-to-God hero, an American hero.
No.
Maybe the only actual hero I know. I've met the man. I know the guy. So I'm more than a little disappointed by this behavior.
Yeah.
We're suspending the campaign.
Yeah.
Are we suspending it because there's an economic crisis or because the poll numbers are sliding?
Whoops, whoops, whoops.
I don't mean to cut into your time and your generous visit, but when John McCain, and he was nice enough to call me on the phone and said he was racing back to Washington.
Yeah.
And our people here were told, it's so serious, he's getting on a plane immediately and racing back to Washington. And now we've just been told, here, take a look. Do we have it on the thing? This is going live. This area is right there.
He was imbued with the
Doesn't seem to be racing to the airport, does he? This just gets uglier and uglier. I'm feeling bad for the man to have participated in this. I mean, first of all, the road to the White House runs right through me.
That always has. Always will.
Well, let's just punch up Katie Couric's interview. And Keith, you can go back to wherever you came from. Let's just see what he has to say here. This would be interesting. I wonder if he'll mention me. Hey, John, I got a question. You need a ride to the airport?
I believe that we can, in months, have our better days ahead.
Now this stinks. Now you tell me, you know how things like this work. Is it his fault, or is it something that CBS News got a hold of him and said, you got to come in here and do that?
Oh, boy, how much trouble can I get into and how fast?
Oh, go ahead.
I would be speculating. There's very little done in that campaign without his knowledge.
Yeah.
I think he dissed you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless her first question is, now, Senator, why did you cancel on Dave? Now then,
that ought to be the first question.
Or the other possibility is that she has all the money that's required to fix the economy.
Well, then, okay. If
Now
he's going
it.
there, look at, she's bailing him out.
If that's it, I'm voting for him. So, there you go.
But now, I don't want to keep beating this thing, but it just... It really is starting to smell now, because he says to me on the phone, I took a phone call from John McCain. A lot of senators don't call me.
Yeah, I know.
And so I felt like, okay,
it's a thrill.
As part of the national good, I understand. And I said, good luck. Thank you for being attentive to the cause. And he said, maybe next time I'll come in, I'll bring Sarah Palin. And I said, fine, whatever you need to do, that's just fine. He said, yeah, we're going to go save the country. And then you get plenty. It's like we caught him getting a manicure or something. We're told now that the senator has concluded his interview with Katie Couric, and he's now on Rachel Ray's show making veal piccata. What are you going to do?